Hey y'all, in today's video, I'm going to be planting sweet potatoes because I want to grow sweet potato slips, okay? This is gonna be my first time, so I thought to bring you all along. And yeah, let's go through the process together. Okay, so to make sweet potato slips, there are two methods. You can either do it the soil method or you can grow the slips by placing the sweet potato in a jar, in a glass of water. We're going to do it the soil method. I don't want to do it the jar method just because, I don't know, I feel like I'm going to get better results just placing the sweet potatoes in soil. So that is what we're going to do. The materials that you're going to need, of course, will be your sweet potatoes. All right, and you're gonna need a tray. I'm gonna be using this tray. Now, these are the only potatoes. I may buy more. I think I'm gonna buy two more when I go to Whole Foods next week. So, but these are the ones that we're gonna be growing the slips from. I have a small little container garden, so I don't need that many slips. And then you're going to need a shallow container or tray. I'm going to be using an aluminum foil tray. Now, I did make holes on the bottom of the tray. The holes are probably too big, but this is a size, big enough to place my sweet potatoes in. So you're going to need a tray, and then you're going to need, of course, potting soil. You're going to need water. The water is used to pre-moisten the soil with, and I've already moistened up this soil. And then you're going to need a warm, sunny location or grow light. Now, I'm going to be placing these under a grow light because it's not like right now we're in January, so it's freezing outside. It's not ideal to place them outside. And when you're growing sweet potato slips, you want to put them in an area that is consistently warm, ideally 80 degrees Fahrenheit. So I am going to be putting those under a grow light, and I'm going to be placing the tray on a heating mat. Okay. Now the heating mat, the grow light, I bought those from Amazon. I will put the information down in the description below. All right. Now, the first thing you want to do is you want to choose healthy, firm, sweet potatoes without any signs of rot or damage. Organic ones are best since, they're not treated like the conventional ones may be treated to prevent sprouting. So you want to always opt for organic sweet potatoes. You're going to fill this tray up with the moist soil. So let's go ahead and do that right now. I don't have any gloves on, so it's going to be messy. And I hope you all can see what I'm doing. Let me give you guys a little back. Whee! All right, I just broke my container. Okay. The container just broke, y'all. Okay, so we're going to place the soil inside of the tray. And this soil is probably too damp. You don't want it to be, I probably will need to add a little bit more soil on top because this is too damp. You don't want it to be too wet, just moist. Okay, so place the soil inside of the tray. Now for the tray, I am going to be making my own bottom tray with aluminum foil because I don't have a tray to place underneath this when I put it on the heating mat. So I just made a DIY bottom tray with aluminum foil. So if you have a tray, you want to put a tray underneath this, especially if you are going to grow it under a grow light. And if you're going to be placing this on top of a heating mat, you want to make sure that you're putting something on the bottom of the tray to protect the heating mat. I'm going to be adding more soil, like drier soil on top of this, just because this is too wet. And yeah, I'll be right back. Okay, so I am back. I had to mix this with some dry soil because the soil that was in here was too wet. You want it to be moist, but not like soggy wet. All right, now what we're gonna do is we're going to place the sweet potatoes horizontally on top of the soil and then cover them lightly with a couple inches of the soil. So you can just kind of squeeze it in there just so it could be fully submerged. Hope you all can see what I'm doing. And then at the same time, like while I'm digging the sweet potatoes in, I'm also covering it lightly. I want to leave the top exposed. Okay, I'm not going to be using that soil because it's too wet. So I am, you know what? I have soil on the side. All right, let's go ahead and add a little bit more soil. And all this soil is just organic potting mix, raised bed garden soil. Okay, I'm sorry, not potting mix, but it's organic raised bed and garden soil. All right, so perfect. Want to leave a little bit of it exposed. Now, I've seen people like other channels, they cover it all the way, but we're going to do it this way. Okay, so just leave a little bit of it exposed. Now, the next thing you want to do is the soil is already wet. You want to go ahead and place this tray in a warm location with good sunlight or under a grow light because they need warmth to encourage sprouting, to encourage the slips. And then within 2 to 4 weeks, you'll notice like some shoots, which are called the slips. They're going to be emerging from the sweet potatoes themselves. You want to keep the soil moist as they grow and ensure that they get adequate light. Again, I'm going to be placing these under my grow light, and yeah, I will keep you all posted on or up to date on my sweet potatoes. When the temperature outside is consistently 60 degrees Fahrenheit or above, then that's when you want to transfer the slips, like you want to plant the individual slips. I'm going to be keeping you all up to date on my sweet potatoes. This is my first time. I think I'm going to be buying 2 more because I just want to make sure that I get enough slips. I did buy 2 large grow bags. I think each of them are 20 gallons. So I want to ensure that I have slips to plant so that I can have sweet potatoes by summertime. I hope you all found this video informative, and if you liked it, go ahead and hit like and subscribe. Don't forget to check out my previous video, and I will see you all in the next one.